Morning. It is Sunday morning, time-wise, 6:30. I have been up since about 5:30. I did have a lay-in, guys. Trying to work out how I can carry this. I have put the selfie stick in my laundry basket. There we go. That's better. Right, we're going down. I've got to be quiet because Skippy's in bed. Down. We just turn around, guys. Oops. Right. Let's wake the boys up. Morning, guys. Snoop was on the sofa, Sooty was by the door. Hiya, guys. Good morning, guys. Can I come in? Can I come in then? Go on, off you go. Go on then, you tinkers. In you go. Let me turn that radio off, guys. Here I go. I'll keep talking over the radio, guys, so you can't hear it. There you go, that's better. Hang on, Snoopers. Right, just put the laundry basket down. Snoop's at the back door already. He's itching to get out. Oh dear. Good morning, one and all. It is Sunday morning. Yay! It looks very similar to yesterday. It looks very grey. It doesn't look like there's lots of wind. And it's supposed to be about the same as yesterday, I believe. Right, let me get the keys, please, Snoop. There's good boys. You are good boys. Okay, go on then, off you go. Right, the boys are out. Right, it's a wash day. I brought some washing down. I'm going to put that on straight away. Then I'll worry about the boys when they come in. So there's my wash machine up the corner. This is a batch of towels. I need to get the towels done. So let's get these in now. Right, I need the 2 kitchen towels as well. 1, 2, that's it. That's the lot. Right, it's on. Right, show you what I'm wearing. I've got a little, it's a sports top, like a little black vest top. This one's got its own inbuilt bra, so I haven't got a bra on with this one. This one is all supportive. A little red cardi and my jeans. That's all. Nothing else. That's all you get. Yeah, I might change later on if it warms up. I've got somebody turned up this morning to pick up a stool I've got for sale. I think they're supposed to come about 10 o'clock-ish time, but I might walk the boys before then, make sure I'm back for it. I might wait, I'm not sure yet. I'll see how things go. I'm going to have my breakfast first, then I'm going to do my makeup. Oh, I'm trying to get the biscuits out. Not those ones, where are they? Got them, it's these ones, these bonios, that's the ones I want. I snap these in half. Whew. Right, put that there so we can see each other. That's better. Here comes my Snoopers. You go, Snoop. Snoop's got his biscuits straight away. I need to make snap another one in half for Sooty. There we go. I've got Sooties. Right, let's cut some of these up. I've got these old pruners, which I keep for cutting the dog biscuits up. And these are those bonios. If you try and snap them, sometimes they shatter. So these are perfect. I wiggle these on and I don't tend to cut right through them. I just score them. I'll score it over the container. Just give it a little squeeze. And it just puts a little, I don't know if you can see the little mark in it there. And it snaps nice and cleanly across the line, doesn't make a mess. And that's how I do these, really nice and easy. Don't cut them in half of these, just score them. Here comes my little Soot. Here you go there, Sooty. Right, Soot's got his biscuit as well. Good boys. Right, I won't turn the kettle on quite yet. I'll wait till I've done this and then I'll fire the kettle up. Slept really well last night. Thank you for asking. I didn't sleep particularly well the night before. I don't know, I just couldn't turn my brain off. I was just thinking about things in general, nothing in particular, just different things, and it just, my mind was just running riot and I could not sleep. Well, last night was the opposite. I got to bed, shut my eyes, and I was gone. I very nearly fell asleep on the sofa in the front room before I went up, so I was tired, but it was good. Had a really good day yesterday, a very successful day. I tried all those dresses on this morning. That's why I've been upstairs since 5:30 to 6:30, literally just come down, because I wanted to try them on, make sure they fit. They all fitted bar one. The one that didn't fit me was a Laura Ashley dress, so that can go back to the charity shop. But all the others are phase 8s, coast, 2 phase 8s, a coast, and I've forgotten what the other one is, but they're all lovely, really, really nice. So I will show you those to you later. This cardie, this red cardie I've got on, I got that as well, and this was £1. I hadn't got any red cardies, and I saw this and I thought, it's one of those ones that you tie in the middle. I've tucked the ties up, otherwise they hang right down here. I could put a bow in it, or likewise you can cross it and try and tie it at the back, but there's not enough to tie it at the back. It's really tight. I think you could if you had somebody to help you, like if I had Skippy up, she could possibly do that for me and tie it at the back. But I just tied it in the middle, and I've just tucked the loose ends underneath there. Yeah, I like it. It's really nice. Just keeps my shoulders warm, because this is like a vest top, and it's got the central strap at the back, and then it's like a Y-shaped strap. That's how it goes. But it's really comfortable, very supportive. Like I said, I've got somebody turning up this morning, hopefully to pick a stool up. I've got 2 stools. Both stools are identical, all bar the height. The shorter stool has had so many inquiries, but the tall one has had not one inquiry. So what I'm going to do, because they're both exactly identical, but one's been cut down, I'm going to do exactly the same to the taller stool, and I'm going to cut it down to match the other one. So we'll have 2 short stools, and I've got somebody turning up today for one of the stools, but I've also got somebody who has been asking whether it's still available. So if I cut that down today and make sure it's all nice and tidy, so it's an invisible cut down if you like, I'll give them a call and see if they would still like it, and that would be lovely. That would be 2 more stools gone. We've got rid of some tables the other week, so yeah, the furniture side is clearing, and that's what I want to do. I want to get rid of the furniture, because the furniture takes up space, and the problem you have with furniture is because we don't post the furniture. If you want the furniture, you have to arrange collection. Man with a van type thing. It's up to you how you do it. And a lot of people don't read the adverts correctly. They see the stall, they buy it, they don't ask any questions, and then they message you, say, when can you send it? Well, we don't send it. It's up to you to collect it. If it's on something like Facebook, most of those are local, and they can pop round and collect it up. The lady who took the tables the other day lived in Ipswich. We've got somebody coming today for that stall, and they're from a little village probably about 10 miles away, so they're the local ones. They're the ones who seem to take the furniture. Anybody else who's further afield, they just don't do it. They cancel the order. So that's happening today. Right, your biscuits are gone, guys. You've had your biscuits. That's it. Snoop's stood there still looking at me because I'm still cutting these up. Right, the tin's full. Let me pop these away. I'm sure Snoop will start sniffing around on the floor to see if I've dropped any crumbs, especially if I tap on the floor like that. And he's down there now, having a look, see what it is. Right, if I move the camera again, the other side of Snoopy, and I can do my toast now. Sooty's there, look, just there. You try doing this. You point to something while you're looking in the camera, and you constantly going the wrong way. Look at the picture, there, look, that's the calendar. Yeah, it's really difficult. Right, okay. Right, let me do my toast, guys. Right, kettle's going on now, toaster on. I did get my bread yesterday, I got that from Tesco, so I'm up to date with all my bread. Had a good shop yesterday. and it was lovely because Skippy was with me, and it makes life so much easier when there's two of you. You can both go different directions to get things, or one can do the trundling around and finding the items, the other one can be picking them up. It just helps, it's so much easier. Right, that goes there. Get my jam out. Milk's finished. Yeah. Beautiful. I've got the door open. It's not particularly cold. Can't get that one. Hang on. Got it. Sometimes these leaves are stuck on really hard and you can't get the things off. There you go. All done. Where are you, Snoopers? Right, milk's going on. Right, next on, get a plate. Good boy, Snoop. Right, I'm going to grab a knife for the butter. I've got a spoon out already. Good boys. There we go. Rinse this out. Right. Oh, that's the milk, the toast done already. It's good. Good boy. You going up the jar, Vicky? This is from yesterday. I didn't bother doing it because there's just so little to do. I'll do that this morning. I'll just turn it off. Right, that's my milk done. I need a towel. Hang on guys, let me grab a towel. Good boys. Right, the washing's soaking. I'm going to do that after I've had my breakfast. I'm going to do the lot. That'll just leave whatever Skippy has when she gets up. So it's all sorted. Everything's going really well this morning. Right, should we carry on? Let's get my toast done. Do my coffee. Right, milk's on again. Right, Right, I'm going to have a look at the weather for today and tomorrow. I think today's going to be very similar to what it was yesterday, and I'll have a look to see what tomorrow's going to be like. Then I'll phone up my parents and see when they'd like me to pop up and do their hedge. I've volunteered, or they asked me if I'd come and cut the hedge, so I said yes, that's not a problem. I did this last year. I cut the hedge for them last year. Well, I think I actually do it a couple of times a year. I think I did it late last year. So, not a problem. It's a nice, easy one to do. There's not a lot of it. My mum and dad do like their garden really nice and tidy. And as soon as it starts looking a little bit scruffy, they're on the phone. And that's fine. That's the way it should be. I haven't seen my parents for probably a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks now. So I'm due a visit anyway. I think the last time we visited was when I took them to that wedding over at Cambridge. And I went to pick them up and took them out to that, and that was lovely. That's such a good day. I really enjoyed that. And I think they did as well. I'll find out. I know my mum wasn't particularly keen on the food. It was all a vegetarian menu, no meat at all. And I don't think my mum was particularly impressed. I liked it. It was really nice, very tasty. Yeah, I was well impressed with that. And that was prepared as lots of little items. You had like a tray of what looked like quiche and things like that. You helped yourself to slice of that, and then something else would come and you'd help yourself to slice that. So you'd have them all lined up around your plate. And yeah, you tucked in there. It was gorgeous. It was really nice. Lots of things that I've never tried before, and it was really nice. When I was many years ago, I went off to Cyprus, and my wife had a uncle in Cyprus, and he had a villa. And he had a villa, a swimming pool, and then at the other end of the swimming pool he had a guest villa built. So it was two properties and a swimming pool between the two. And he used to invite members of the family, and my ex-wife was part of that family group, to come and stay. So he invited us as a family group to go over there. So it was my wife, my 2 children and myself. We went over there for a week. It was a fabulous holiday, absolutely fabulous holiday. Really, really nice. We hired a car, so we were able to go out and about, and we used the villa as the base, and then we'd have evening meals with them and sit down and chat and talk. It was really lovely. And the owner, her uncle, decided he was going to take us to a traditional Greek tavern, I think they call it, and this is where you sit around a big table. So there's a big group of us. There was 4 of us and the 2, her uncle and the uncle's wife, all sat around this big table, and then they start bringing in this food, and they just brought in like a plate, and the plate had all these different items of food on them, and they put that in the middle of the table, and you all had like a little dish, and you were sat round the table, so you all leant across and took one, put it on your plate, and you ate it. Now while you were doing that, somebody else would turn up with another plate, and somebody else would turn up with another plate, and before you knew it, this table was full. I mean full plates with all little things, but oh, they were gorgeous. And there was so much there to eat, and it's one of those you think, oh, what a waste, because there's no way in the world you could eat that amount of food. It was beautiful, it was absolutely beautiful. But it also felt very wasteful to me, because we all tried different things, but there was just too much to clear the table. You couldn't clear the table. But it was a fantastic night, really fantastic night. And her uncle had a lot of local knowledge, and he was explaining what each thing was that we were getting to eat. What a brilliant holiday. I'll never forget that one. That was so good. Right guys, milk. Gosh, it's hot. We stayed at a place, or we didn't stay at Paphos. We flew into Paphos, and then the uncle's villa wasn't actually in Paphos. It was just outside, but it was on the hill. And the hill, if you stand in Paphos and look inland, you'll see a big hill with a big, like a TV transmitter or radio transmitter on the top. That was what we called their house, their hill. That was their hill. They were on that hill with that transmitter right at the top. And the views over Paphos at night was spectacular. And you got this, it was most peculiar, I've never seen it before, but we're up high on the hill looking down on Paphos, and all the street lights and all the city lights are on. And there was a kind of pulse to the electric, and it created this kind of wave effect across Paphos. You'd get like a wave of bright light, dim light, bright light going across Paphos, and it was really strange to explain, a bit like there was a pulse to the electricity in it. It increased in strength and went down and so on, and you got this kind of this light that kept building, and it was waves of light that would go over like a ripple in the pond. But once it had gone across, it would start again. It was really strange. But lovely place, what a lovely location. The sunrises in the morning were so spectacular. What I used to do with my son age-wise, I can't remember what year it was we went there, but my son was probably, let's have a think, 14, 15, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit younger. But in the morning, because I've always been an early riser, because I used to always get up early and take the boys out for a walk. Well, because I've always been an early riser, I just naturally wake up. And so the crack of dawn I was waking up, everybody else stayed in bed, but I'd get up and I'd go out for a walk. And what I'd do is I'd climb up this hill, what I call a mountain. I used to climb up this mountain to the transmitter right at the top, and then I'd sit down at the top and I'd watch the sunrise. It was spectacular, absolutely spectacular, to die for. Oh, it was brilliant. You could see for miles, absolute miles. What a lovely thing it was. And my son decided one morning, he said, "Can I come with you?" So I said, "Yes, that's okay." So we start climbing up this hill. There was a road that went round the hill, but we didn't do that. We literally went straight up the hill. So it was all over rough ground. And we'd climb all the way up to the top. It wasn't silly steep. It wasn't like climbing a sheer rock face. It was probably about that sort of angle, but all uphill, and boulders and bushes and things like that. We'd pick our way all the way up to the top. We did it every morning, or I did it every morning. My son joined me this particular morning. And I said, "Come on then, I'll race you." And we were probably about 30, 40 yards off from the very top. The sun was with me at the time, and he actually beat me. My son actually beat me. That was the first time my son actually beat me. He was like a mountain goat. He roared up this flipping mountainside. It was lovely. It was something I won't forget. But again, there was something happened there while we were there that caused a little bit of concern. And it was to do with Cyprus is split into two parts. Obviously, half of it is controlled by Turkey, and there's always a bit of sabre rattling going on, military manoeuvres and things like that. And then, when we were there was another bit of a situation arising between the two halves. And the side I was on, obviously I was on the western side of Cyprus. They were having these military manoeuvres counteracting what the Turks were doing on the other side. And me and my son, this was the morning we ran up to the top of the hill. We got to the very top of the hill, we sat there looking up for the sunrise, and we sat there watching. We had like inland behind us, looking out to sea, watching the sun come up. And then once the sun had come up, we both stood up and we looked around to get an eye view, because it was a lot lighter. Once the sun popped up, it lit everything up. And we looked around, and the next hill to us on our left-hand side was like a military observation post had sprung up overnight. There's all these tents, radio antennae, trucks, jeeps, that sort of thing. We both stood up, we turned around, both saw it at the same time. We went, "What's that?" We both stood there looking, and all of a sudden you could see all these soldiers there pointing at us. And it was like, uh-oh, I think we might be in trouble here. So we got onto the track behind the TV transmitter and followed the track back around the hill so we could get back down to our accommodation. And while we were coming down there, this army jeep came roaring up behind us, and then stopped across in front of us, and all these soldiers got out with guns. Yeah, we're on holiday in shorts and t-shirts, no guns. And I wouldn't say we got interrogated, we got questioned as to what we were doing at the top of this hill, and they didn't speak English very well. But we got away with it. But that was a bit of a shocker, and I told the uncle when we got back later on that morning what had happened. And he said, yes, he said they do military manoeuvres, they put like a radio station up the top of the hill. He said, oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. And we didn't hear any more of it, but yeah, that was a little bit concerning. Anyway, I'm going to go in the front room now. I've made my toast, I've made my cup of coffee. I'm going to sit down. Snoop's sat behind me still. Can you see Snoop? See his head? Right, I'm going to turn this off, guys. Go and sit in the front room, then I shall do you another video in a minute. Okay, bye bye.